Today's guest is really many things to many people. As a wife, a mother, a professional person with a vibrant music ministry. She has a brand new CD out called The Life Project, and her name is Patricia Leigh. Stay tuned to Babbie's House. You're going to meet Patricia Leigh today on Babbie's House. It's coming up right now.
Babbie's house, Babbie's house. Every day is filled with possibility. At Babbie's house, Babbie's house. Everybody is family. Welcome to Babbie's house.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Babbie's House, where everybody is a member of the family, and there's a seat at the table for you. Thank you so very much for watching Babbie's House today and for tuning in. I have a great guest for you today. This woman wears so many hats, and she does them, and she wears them so well. She is a wife, a mother. She is a professional person, and we're going to hear a lot about her professional life. And she sings as well as writes her own songs, and she's going to sing some songs from her brand new project called The Life Project. Her name is Patricia Leigh, and you're going to meet her in just a moment.
Thank you for coming back to Babbie's House. I wanted to introduce you to a very talented young lady and a gifted lady. And what I love is that she takes her gifts and she uses them. It reminds me of the Proverbs 31 woman. And she takes what the Lord has given her, and she blesses her family, she blesses her community, and she blesses her church, and she blesses her God. And that is the life of Patricia Leigh. She is a singer and a songwriter, and she has this beautiful project called The Life Project. And the word life is very significant to her, and she's going to tell us all about that. Welcome to Babbie's House, my friend. I'm so happy to have you on the show today.
So glad to be here.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
How did you get started in music?
Actually, I was started at a very, very young age. Children's choir all the way up, and stayed in the children's choir. My parents were the only people that thought I could carry a tune until I got a little older. So I've grown up singing.
That's wonderful. And you grew up in Kentucky?
Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. My mother was in the choir. My brother played in the piano. So I've always been around music.
Wonderful. And you have all of these things going on in your life. You're very married. You have a wonderful husband. He's an Alabama boy like my husband.
Yes, he's
So we
good.
love those Alabama men.
That's right.
And then you have sons. You have a house full of children. And you're also a PA, a physician's assistant.
Yes.
As well as having a very vibrant music ministry as a singer and a songwriter.
Yes.
How do you do it all? I mean, that's quite a demanding life.
It is. But, you know, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yes.
And so God doesn't give us more than we can bear. And I love being able to use what God has given me to be able to share with others, because as we bless others, then I receive those blessings back. So it's been amazing just to be able to perform all these roles and wear all these different hats.
Yes, yes, and that's quite a blessing. Well, talk to me about your songwriting. How are you inspired? What inspires you to write your songs?
Well, the Life Project, it actually, Life, L.I.F.E, stands for love, inspiration, faith, and experience. And so every song that I wrote on this project is a reflection of those four things.
Why is that significant to you?
Well, because out of just day-to-day experiences, relationships that we have with our families, with our husbands, with our community, with our churches. And it's amazing how God can turn our tests into testimonies and our messes into a message.
Yes.
And so I took those experiences and, with God's help and inspiration, put all of those things to pen to a song.
Do you find that your role as a wife and a mother, your role as a physician's assistant, your role as a minister in the gospel, that they're all interwoven and that they overlap?
Yes.
How does that take place in your life? How does that happen?
Well, even with medicine, being a physician assistant, ministering to my patients, because God wants us to be healthy in all areas. He wants us to prosper and be in good health. So ministry is not just from the pulpit or in the sanctuary, but it's in the doctor's room, it's at home when we minister to our children. So it interplays with all, because you can't do one without the other.
That's right.
If we're going to be that whole person that God wants us to be.
That's good. So talk to me about your relationship with the Lord. When did you come to know Christ?
I don't know if I ever didn't know him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What a beautiful testimony.
I get to know him better and better every day, because it's an ongoing relationship. And so with different things that I experience, I learn something new about him. He's always known everything about me, but I learn something new about him every single day. And I'm just thankful that he loves me in spite of me.
Yes.
And we just keep on keeping on.
Yes. Yes. So your L.I.F.E project, how can we find it?
It's available on all the digital downloads, iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon.com. My website, www.IamPatriciaLeigh.com. You can get the CDs there. Please go look us up. Please, 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 and share the ministry with others.
And Leigh is spelled?
L-E-I-G-H.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Patricia Leigh. And so I'm always intrigued because I write songs. I love to talk about the process of writing. Do you have to be in a certain place or a certain time? Do you shut yourself in? Do you just wait on the inspiration? How do you get ready to write those songs that the Lord gives you?
It's amazing. Every song came a different way. One may have been I was sitting in church and the pastor said something, a little slogan that was like, ooh, I could write a song about that one. One song came to me actually in my sleep. I woke up early in the morning and I was half asleep and half awake, and it comes to me that way. And again, it could just be an experience I had. And then I just start talking to the Lord, and our conversations turn into lyrics. And that gets put to music, and we get a whole project.
Yes, yes. And that's exactly the way that it's done. I teach songwriting, and I tell my students all the time, you have to be a good listener. You know, that not just hearing, but tuning in and leaning and listening for what the Lord is saying to you. What are you going to sing for us today?
I'm going to do Feather on the Breath of God, and the second selection will be Masterpiece, I Am.
Beautiful. Feather on the Breath of God. What a beautiful picture that creates in my mind. I cannot wait for you to sing it for our audience. And tell us again how we can find you on the internet, because I know there are people that are going to want to contact you today.
It is www.IamPatricia, P-A-T-R-I-C-I-A, Leigh, L-E-I-G-H, .com.
Well, very good. Well, we're happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And you get ready to sing for us, and you get ready to lean in and hear Miss Patricia Leigh after this break. She's going to sing, and she's going to warm up during this break. So you warm up with us. Don't miss it after this break. We're going to come back with more of Babbie's House. Stay with me.